We had my team start talking to local leaders, saying what's going on. Our state,
and you weren't getting straight answers from
I
the
was
local
getting
leaders.
different answers.
Happen again, but we don't control Mother Nature. Mother Nature doesn't give a damn what we want. Mother Nature does what she does, and if you're in the way, this is what happens.
But we need to know why fire hydrants didn't have water.
Call stuff like that out.
Well, look, I think what this has shown us is for people who thought that Donald Trump has changed, he has not changed, okay? No. He is the same immature, insensitive, inappropriate oaf that he's always been.
Welcome to our channel, where we uncover the truth behind the liberal media. And today we're going to dive into another biased coverage from The View. And the topic of the moment is the political attitude surrounding the devastating wildfires in California. So get ready for a fiery discussion about leadership and responsibility and the real causes of this fire.
Responders are desperately trying to contain the wildfires ravaging Los Angeles. A lot of officials are scrambling to find answers and fighting back against misinformation. Take a look.
This is a true tragedy, and it's a mistake of the governor, and you could say the administration. They don't have any water.
That mayor of LA, if that were a Republican mayor, I could only imagine what that would do. I mean, the fires are at high risk, and you try to go to Africa?
Your governor is gutless and your mayor's gutless. They need to throw them all out. But will they do it? I doubt it. I doubt it. They'll figure out some way to blame this on Donald Trump.
There was a serious lack of competent governance in California, and I think it's part of the reason why these fires have gotten so bad.
Actually, here's what Governor Gavin Newsom has had to say about all of this. Watch.
We had my team start talking to local leaders, saying what's going on. Our state,
and you weren't getting straight answers from
I
the
was
local
getting
leaders.
different answers. We're in this emergency environment and everything else. So I just want to determine the facts, but no one has any patience anymore. In this weaponized, back to the grievance of Trump, everyone else, there's immediacy, and lies travel the proverbial world, and it's hard to get the facts out.
I don't know what he's referring to when he talks about the Delta smelt and reservoirs. The reservoirs are completely full, the state reservoirs here in Southern California. That mis and disinformation, I don't think advantages or aids any of us.
And the chaos in California is nothing more and nothing less than a direct reflection of the incompetence of democratic governance. While they get lost in empty and meaningless speeches, the flames consume the state. The narrative from The View, as always, tries to hide the liberals' guilt. You absolutely won't believe who they're absolutely blaming for this incredible situation.
Here's how this works. There was a fire catastrophe in California. Had to do with winds. You know how they're always saying, oh, the wind. It actually does. The winds move things and sparks move things. And it doesn't matter how much water you have if 900,000 buildings go up at the same time. Now, having lived in California, having lost every house save for one that we ever lived in, I take great offense at pointing fingers. You should be pointing fingers about how can we help?
Yeah.
It's too soon to be saying, oh, it's Gavin's fault. It's nobody's fault. It's like us taking seriously that there are, magic lasers in the sky that direct the weather. That doesn't work. It doesn't happen. This is a catastrophe, and this is what's happened. And let's try to figure out how to work towards not having it happen again. But, we don't control Mother Nature. Mother Nature doesn't give a damn what we want. Mother Nature does what she does, and if you're in the way, this is what happens. And California is chock full of people. So far, 24 lives have been lost. Evacuations continue. So what should these officials be doing to get help or get this under control?
It should be an all hands on deck operation. In fact, Governor Newsom thanked Texas Governor Greg Abbott for sending firefighters in. Canada, Mexico, they sent people in even while we're talking about Donald Trump potentially purchasing all of these places. So I think right now, people understandably are looking to place their rage somewhere. So I don't know if it makes people feel better to point their finger, but just like North Carolina after the storm, you don't start recapping a game until the game's over. There are fires ravaging not only the land, but the count of bodies keeps going up and up. They haven't even gone and been able to see how this all started. You can't start right now doing this. Everyone should be saying, how can we help? And they should be flooding over there, whether it's money and GoFundMe accounts, whatever you can do to help. But this is not the time to blame it on officials when we are living in a time of a lot of climate change and things that are happening. I just find it a little disturbing that you're going to actually blame a mayor, a governor. If they were standing right in that spot, the fire still would have started.
Blaming Mother Nature is a convenient trick for the liberals, right? But the truth is different. The truth is that they failed to present effective preventive policy. The truth is that the poor management and lack of adequate infrastructure from the Democrats show that they are responsible for these recurring tragedies. And the hypocrisy needs to be exposed. Yes, because while California burns, they spend on progressive policies instead of worrying about the safety of the American people.
Well, and I think first and foremost, I know we all thank the firefighters and the first responders. They've put themselves in harm's way. Where there's new warnings today that the winds are picking back up. This could continue to spread. I think we're all praying for them. My sister was evacuated, then not. I've had friends who have lost everything. I know you've had very close friends. It's devastating. And what I don't like is that there's the jump to go to the politics of it. What does need to happen is at some point the accountability and the after action of what went wrong and what did we not have that we needed to have. I was frustrated, and I would hope he'd come on the show. Gavin Newsom's been a friend of the show. I was frustrated that in 2 different interviews he pointed to, well, the municipal authorities should have known, the local governments should have. But we live in a country where the buck stops with the leader, the governor, the buck stops with the president, and I think that he needs to have those answers. I get that you don't in real time, but there needs to. We need to know why fire hydrants didn't have water.
Well, it's not that they didn't have water. The fire hydrants had the water, just not enough to put out 9,000 burning buildings at the same time. And here in here in New Jersey, you know, if you, I say this a little bit because I'm trying to make myself giggle, but sometimes, you know, when you turn on the water to wash the dishes and somebody's taking a shower at the same time, and then you're trying to wash the dog outside, there's no water.
Yeah.
That's how you have to think of it. 900,000 things at one time looking at one spigot. That's how you have to look at it.
Can I just say one last thing? Is the LA Fire Chief Crowley, who said that they needed more resources and they didn't have them, was kind of contradicted by some folks. But I don't think there's a fire chief in America dealing with this crisis who would say that if it's not true, and that needs to be looked at. If there are not enough resources to fight the fires, then there needs to be more money going toward that.
Well, you know, Whoopi, you're right. I mean, experts have said that it's the local water shortages happened not because there wasn't water, but because the city's infrastructure wasn't designed to respond to a fire as large as the one that happened. So you are absolutely right about that. In terms of politicizing this fire, that's what I've been most disgusted by. I was thrilled to learn that Mexico was sending aid, you know, the very people that Donald Trump would like to build the wall against. Well, they must have climbed over the wall because now they're here helping put out these fires. Canada, who he wants apparently to be the 51st state, they are here helping us. So our neighbors have come in and helped us. And that's what should be happening. And I applaud Mexico and Canada for helping. But who I don't applaud is someone like Jesse Waters on Fox News. This is what he said. He blamed LA fires on diversity. He blamed them on California's
maybe because one burn was burning bright and one was darker.
I don't know.
Is that the kind of diversity?
Because he says it was unbelievable. I thought it was fake news. He said that California's woke politics and DEI are the reasons for the fires because Newsom has been tearing down dams because Native Americans, but he called them Indians, wanted some of the river back so they could catch salmon. And Gavin didn't just knock down one dam for the Indians, he knocked them all down. He knocked down 4 of the dams. I'm sorry, this is stolen land, first of all, okay? California is stolen land. Second of all, that's part of what always happens. These dams, there's preservation of the dam. So that was just complete, not only misinformation, but it was racist. And I think we need to also call something like that out.
California's progressive policies prioritize ideological agendas over public safety, cutting funding for essential infrastructure, firefighting is a betrayal of the voters' trust. But Trump is coming in with strong leadership, and the solution that California needs.
Stuff like that out
Well,
that's
look,
happening.
I think what this has shown us is for people who thought that Donald Trump has changed, he has not changed, okay?
No.
He is the same immature, insensitive, inappropriate oaf that he's always been. What he should be doing right now is putting out tweets saying, I thank the heroic first responders. I thank the countries of Canada and Mexico and all the others who've helped. I thank the surrounding states that have sent help. I have talked to Governor Newsom. I have talked to Mayor Bass. I have told them that my administration in 7 days will be ready to supply everything and anything that California needs. Californians, my thoughts are with you. Those are the things you have to say. If you need help in figuring it out, go look at everything that Joe Biden has said for the last 4 years after a natural disaster. I have lived in Florida for 44 years. I have seen so many hurricanes. You know what somebody wants at that time, a citizen? You want to see your federal government, your state government, your city government working seamlessly with each other, like I saw with Joe Biden, Ron DeSantis, and Daniela Levine Cava, the mayor, after the Surfside building collapsed.
Yes.
When we had that picture of Joe Biden sitting there next to Ron DeSantis saying to him, what do you need? What can I do for you? And so that is what he has to do. He has not changed. He will not change. All of those people thinking he has, I don't know what you're smoking. I'd like some of it, please.
And we should note that he's been invited.
What I'm saying is his response to, I mean, it's obviously not Donald Trump. What I'm saying is his response to it is woefully inappropriate. It's him that's saying it's Gavin Newsom. He can't even bring himself, because he's like a toddler, to call the man his right name.
Listen, at this point, people are worrying about insurance.
Yep.
Because insurance companies are saying, oh, by the way,
We're canceling you.
We're canceling you in the middle of all of this.
Yeah.
Okay,
Finding
let's
shelter.
find out how to deal with that. Finding shelter, getting the things you need, soap, water, toothbrushes, toothpaste, baby diapers, clothing. These are the things that this government, our government, has always been championing at. We are always good at helping each other. So this is our job. We can't wait for this one or that one to do it. This is on us. We have to get together like we have countless times and see what we can. It's the littlest things that mean something. And let these clowns just keep fooling around in their clown car. Because that's what this is. That's a clown car. This is reality.
And while the liberals criticize Trump, he offers practical solutions and support to the victims. His approach is straightforward and effective. And California does need leadership that prioritizes results and not ideology like the Democrats. And the fire in California exposes the failures of a liberal leadership that puts politics above the people. It's time to demand accountability and real change. That they protect our community, like this video, share your opinions in the comments, and help spread the truth. And together we can drive this debate, which is important for America. Thank you all very much. See you next time.